Hello everybody, welcome to this wonderful reading that I'm going to do. This is going to be for October 12th, 2024, on this Saturday. This is going to be a reading for everybody to involve what's happening to your own, decisions and whatever it is. Please understand what's going on, and this is how it seems to be. This is going to be a give and take situation. I'm giving the information, you're going to take it, and to see if it resonates to all. But this is what it seems to be, and I hope that you're all interested. If you hear any background noise in the background, I'm at a cafe shop. So I know that it's going to be a little bit interesting. You might hear music in the background, but you understand with that as well. So this is what it seems to be. And acknowledge what's going on and see how everything is, and you have to feel it, and I'm going for feeling it as it goes along, and you have to understand that. So this is just the way it goes. It's the way it seems to be. So just remember what's happening through this, and I hope that you all enjoy it, because this is what it seems to be, and I hope that you all enjoy it as it goes along. This is what it seems to be. So I hope that you all enjoy this, and this is the way it goes, and this is how it seems to be. So the first Oracle card is gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that represents. Gratitude is basically the format of how it goes. And when you have gratitude, you have to acknowledge that in many ways. And gratitude is the best feeling as it is. You practice gratitude in many ways to aspect of your truth or everything else about it. And you have to acknowledge that. It's the way of how it feels. It's the way of how you can, be who you are, and that's what it is. It's a wonderful cycle, but it's very things that you can do whatever you want, right? That's how it seems, okay? So, I'm going to look at the tarot situation on who's on your left side, who's on the right side, and I think of who's who in this situation, who's bothering you, who's basically what it is, and this is the way it looks. So I know that this is just a wonderful reading, and this is how it is, and this is the way it goes, and this is how it's going to be. So I hope that this reading helps you. Give it a like every time, and this is how it is. We're going to look at from the left side and the right side, and this is how it is, and this is what it seems to be, and this is how it is. So here we go. Basically, in this reading, you have basically the three of swords upright, because you could be dealing with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be having heartbreak, but then you have the four of cups upright, because it could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So this could be water sign. But you have a distraction, right? You have heartbreak and distraction, both that's causing you. Basically, it's the weather of how it goes. It's the weather of how you can do what you can, but then you have to think about what's happening around that situation. And when things go a different way, you have to look at them from a different perspective, and this is what it goes. So let's see what's going on. So we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, because it can be like you're not like a working person. And you have the Four of Cups reversed, because you already have a distraction, but then you don't need a distraction. That's interesting. What's opposite, please? King of Wands reversed. So you're dealing with another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I see this one. Two swords separate, because it could be another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there are things that you must be knowing what to do. You don't know which direction you're going to take, left to right. But you have to have that practice it way of knowing what to do. And whenever things go a different way, you have to put them into perspective. We have to appreciate on how things are. We have to do what we can. It's the way of how it goes. It's the way of how you can, do what things are. And this is what it seems to be. It's the way it goes. It's the way of how everything is going to be very interesting, because it's the way of how you can look at it from a different way, and when you do decide about that, it's the way of how it goes. So I'm going to figure out who's in the middle of this situation. So let's see. Two Pentacles reversed, because you're not balancing two things at once. that's how it is. So I understand that. Let's see. Okay, so swords is up, right? Yeah. So you could be dealing with another generally reverse. So there are things that you need to understand where, you know, you're going to be having practice about that gratitude situation. And practice gratitude is the way of how you can let go and do things, but you have to master your own feelings, your own ways about how you can do it. It's the way of how it goes, you know, because that's what it seems to be, right? Because you need that way of knowing what to do, and this is what it seems to be. It's how you can do it. It's how you can do what you can to motivate yourself. You know, when you have that motivation, it's the key. It's the way of knowing what to do, and when you think about it, you think about how things are. So let's see what's up. So with this King of Wands. Once reverse because there's no plan. That's also with the Spade of Swords. Tower, no transformation. Okay. Magician skill. Interesting. Okay. Swords, no movement. Strike card separate for bravery. The Earth in reverse, no guidance. The Emperor's no nourishment. Sits the Pentacles, here is no kindness. The Stars, upright inspiration. Page of Wands reverse, no invention. The Knight of Wands is upright for immaturity. Yeah, so if someone's being immature, then they're not acting to be any kindness, right? Because it's not good, right? And when you think about it, you think that everything was all great, but then you think to yourself, oh no, it's not, right? So I understand this too sweet. And when things go a different way, you have to look at them from a different way of how it goes, right? Because when you think about it, you think about how you can do things and how you can, you know, do what you can. But then you have to persuade and persuade about how persuasion is the way of how it goes. It's the way of how you can do things. You know, it's the way it looks. It's the way of how you can do it. But when you decide, it's the way of how it goes. It's the way of how you can handle the situation. Do things that you can do it. It's where you can do whatever you want to do, but you have to pick up the pace. You have to do exactly what you can. It's when you practice gratitude. Gratitude is a way of how it goes, but then you think about how things are. So when you look at the things about the star, the strength, the Knight of Wands, it's basically how you're acting to be immature, you're acting about having bravery, you're acting about having inspiration. You do things, it's the way of how it goes. So when you think about it, it's the way of how it goes, because when you think about it, that's how it is. It's when you practice about having gratitude, it's when you practice about how things are, it's the way of how it looks, right? So, you know, this is what it seems to be. So, this is the way it goes. And whenever you do it, you have to do that, right? You have to think about how it is, right? So, I'm going to say with this, what the bravery card is. Not a source of words, because there's no trauma. Not in that aspect, because that's how it goes, right? So, I'm going to say, let's see what's going on. On the left side and on the right side, and in the middle. 3 swords upright gives there's heartbreak. Temperance card is healing. 4 swords is upright for recuperation. Yeah, so you're going to rest because you're having heartbreak and you're going to have healing. So this is the way it goes. This is how it should be. So this is the way it goes. So I hope that everything seems to be fine, and hopefully everything goes well. And this is what's going on. So I hope that you like this video. Give it a like, give it a comment, and enjoy, because this is what it seems to be, and this is the way it goes. So